Well, let's take care of week 9 picks. Welcome in quick hitters. Welcome in Goodymo short crew. Let's give a shout out to those Texas Rangers for winning the World Series. Well, it's still in Texas. I mean, better than nothing, right? Also, a shout out to the Houston Rockets on getting their first win last night. Now it's time to move on. It was hot from 3. They finally put together pretty much a picture-perfect game. So shouts out to them getting that first win out the way. All right, week 9 picks. Titans and Steelers. We're going to go with the Steelers on that one. Titans on the fire sale. They're not really trying to win any more ball games. They lost last week. So, I mean, got to get this one. Got to get this one at home. So we'll go with the Steelers for week 9 against the Titans. Vikings and Falcons. We're going to take the Falcons on that one. Kirk Cousins, he's out for the season. I think if he was there and still rolling, I probably went with those Vikings. But, I mean, backup quarterback, Falcons at home. And they're not really chopped liver, young team, but, you know, they're playing. They're going to be something in a few years, those Falcons. Give them time. And I think those Falcons are going to be something. They should be making the playoffs here pretty soon with that good talent they have over there. Rams and Packers. We're going to go with the Packers on that one. Rams cannot recapture that magic. I mean, they're not looking good. They're not looking good at all. They dropping games they really don't supposed to drop. I mean, with Aaron Donald and those rest of those guys, man, it seems like they should be able to get more wins, but they keep falling short. And they're going to fall short in Green Bay on week 9. Seahawks and Ravens. That's going to be a good game. I would tune in and watch that one if I was anybody. That's going to be a good one right there. Seahawks, they can pull it out. It's possible. But the Ravens at home, too tough. Ravens looking great this season. And I have to pick them at home. Lamar Jackson is starting to play out of his mind. So I think they'll get that one in week 9. Cardinals and Browns. I'm going with the Browns on that one. I'm going with the Browns. Deshaun Watson, even though he hasn't been out there. I don't know. Is it injury? Is it mind? I don't know what it is. Maybe he'll play this week. I have to look up some updates on him. Maybe he'll be out there. I don't know the situation with him. Everybody's a little worried. Cardinals, they're pretty much a dumpster fire, if you ask me. I mean, they're not going to be doing anything this year. Browns at home should take that. Giants and Raiders. It's like we're going from one dumpster fire to another. And both of these are dumpster fires. But you know what? The Raiders, they just offloaded their head coach, offloaded their general manager. They're going to be fired up at home just to try to get a win for Antonio. Usually when you start firing people around the campus, the guy's going to get up because they know somebody else is in line. So they're going to get up for that one at home and try to get a win. You know, make it feel like a change didn't happen since they got rid of the head coach and general manager. So they don't really want this game. The Giants, yeah, they're capable of winning it. But I'm just going to say the Raiders are going to try to make a big change. They're going to play out of their minds at home. They want to change so bad. So I figure they're going to pull that one out. So we're going to go with the Raiders in week 9. Bills and Bengals. This is one of the big matchups of this week. It has a few of them. We're going to get to the other ones. But this one is a marquee matchup for week 9. And man, it could be a toss-up. But you know what? I'm going with those Bengals. Bengals are starting to catch their stride. They're feeling good. Joe Burrow can't go against him, especially when he's healthy. Josh Allen, I've been on you a lot this year. You want to prove something? Go ahead and beat Joe Burrow at home. This will put you directly on the map. You know, the quarterbacks we talked about, the top 5. You can start heading in that direction. You pull this one out on Sunday Night Football against Joe Burrow at home. Cincinnati Bengals, big matchup. I'm going with the Bengals in this one. I figure they'll pull it out. Even if the Bills are playing at home, I think I still would have went with Joe Burrow and the Bengals. I just feel they're on their stride. They're serious about their business now. They started out slow, slumpy. They're going to get week 9. Going with those Bengals. Let's take this back up at the top. This is another marquee matchup. Big one this week coming in. Went from number 1 to number 2. Biggest game, Dolphins and Chiefs. Dolphins and Chiefs. I had to think about this one. But I'm going with those Dolphins. This is a big game for the Dolphins. Just to prove that, hey, we're serious. We ain't been scoring 70 points. We ain't been winning all these games for no reason. We can beat a team like the Kansas City Chiefs if they're on our schedule. They want to prove something, that they're not phony, that they're serious. Go down to Kansas City and beat the Chiefs. And the Chiefs, they've been okay, but they haven't been sharp this year. There's a lot of games that they won that they could have easily lost. I believe the Dolphins can go down there and get this game away from the Chiefs. So I'm going with the Dolphins in week 9. Bears and Saints. Seems like I pick the Saints every week. It won't be no different this week against the Bears. I'm going to go with the Saints at home in week 9. The Bears, backup quarterback, which he's playing decent, but Saints ain't been all that great either. Let's be real. But you know what? If I had to pick between the two, I'm going to go with the Saints. Saints in week 9. Commanders and Patriots. This is like another dumpster fire. Dumpster fire part 2 or 3. Which one is it? Dumpster fire. What's to call this one? Dumpster fire part 2. Dumpster fire part 2. Commanders and Patriots. I'm going to go with the Commanders in this dumpster fire. I feel like the Patriots got more newspaper to burn than the Commanders, so I'm going with them in week 9. Commanders. Buccaneers and Texans. Texans at home. You know what? I'm taking the Buccaneers this week against the Texans at home. Mostly frustration, to be honest with you. A lot of frustration. Texans, yeah, they need to get that one just like they supposed to get last week. Did it happen? No. C.J. Stroud looked like he kind of, underneath the table, called out Slowick, his offensive coordinator, about pushing the ball down the field. I think he just want to go out there and sling it around instead of playing this running game. Yeah, it's good to patch it up a little bit, not to be one-dimensional, run every once in a while, but you got to have more trust in C.J. Stroud. I've been talking about it myself. They need to push the ball down the field for big plays. They're not doing that. These check downs are not going to do it. Let one go in Carolina, which is crazy. I can't believe it. A lot of people can't believe it. If you're rooting for the Texans, you can't believe it. So yes, I'm frustrated. I am peed off about that. You can't lose these games. You know, I'm not going to go into a long rant, but we know what it is. Buccaneers going to get those Texans at home. Do I want it to happen? No. But we're going to see what kind of game they're going to come out with. Are they going to play this patty cake offense? Or are they going to push it down the field, whether you're completing the ball or not? Or are you going to get the defense something to think about? So it's going to be Buccaneers in week 9. I'm glad we're moving off of those because I'm going to get a headache in a minute. Colts and Panthers. I'm going with the Panthers on that one. Just came off a little semi-high beating the Texans. They're at home against the Colts. Bryce Young, he's been struggling a little bit, but if you play patty cake with him, he'll eventually catch a rhythm. And the Colts can play patty cake. So we're going with the Panthers in Week 9. Cowboys and Eagles. This is another marquee game, another big one this week. A statement game. I think I picked the Eagles to lose 3 games this season. And I think one of them was going to be to the Cowboys. I just don't know what week it was. I got to go back and look at it. But I think if the Cowboys were at home, I probably went with the Cowboys this week. The Eagles are at home. I'm going to pick the Eagles to beat the Cowboys. That is a statement game. It's more of a must-win for the Cowboys than it is for the Eagles, because the Cowboys still want to prove that, hey, we finally got it together. We're going for a Super Bowl as well. But the Eagles at home, I'm taking the Eagles. And, hey, man, Cowboys can make some big noise if they pull that game out. That can be a toss-up. It just depends. So all eyes will be glued on this game for the NFC. Going with the Eagles in Week 9. Chargers and Jets. I'm going to go with the Jets on this one. Yeah, Jets at home, Chargers. They let me down, to be honest with you, a couple of weeks. They had some big games that came up. They couldn't pull it out. It just seemed like they can't sustain their offense long enough to get points to go try to win a game. They should be playing a lot better than what they're playing like. And they could beat the Jets, but I'm still going to take the Jets at home. I feel like the Jets are just working off of inspiration. You know, they're just playing with passion and heart to win ball games, especially where Aaron Rodgers went out. So they're trying to prove a lot of people wrong that they can still float, make the playoffs, make a little noise. So I'm going with the Jets in Week 9. And that does it for this Week 9 schedule. A lot of big games this week. A lot of big games. I think, was it three major games, matchups that are going to be going on. Statement games for a lot of them. So tune in. Week 9. And I was 12-4 last week on my picks. That's a little better. That might have been my best record ever, be honest with you, on my picks. We'll see how this week's going to go. Feel good about it, just like last week. We'll see. But that's it for this week. Terrific Thursday. Enjoy. A lot of sunshine, a lot of cool air. Sports is rolling. So y'all take care of yourselves. Thanks for y'all time. This Goodymo Sports Quick Hits. Peace out.